Dramatization.
I knew that. I knew that. What she said. All right. Well, with that being said, once again, take a time out to welcome each and every one of you to the number one station in the nation, GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. And we are going to take time out to officially welcome Betty Pinckney to our broadcast network family. And I'm saying, what's up to all of her family? I know they listening. If they ain't listening, they better be, or they better lie to her and say they did. All right? I'm just saying. Betty. I'm just saying. Good afternoon. How you doing?
Good afternoon. I am doing well. Thank you for having me.
Ooh, listen to that excitement, girl. I'll tell you. That's all. Ooh, my good. You know what? I'm going to do that again. Good afternoon, Betty.
Good afternoon. That's better. Thank you so much. No, I really appreciate you having me as a featured author. I really appreciate it.
And you know what? I appreciate you being one, too. I just want to take time out right here, right now, and say thank you so much for accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family as one of our featured authors. And thank you for just simply taking a few minutes out of your time this afternoon and being here. All right?
Thank you. Yes. You're quite welcome.
Woo. Any family members you want to say what's up to before we get started?
Yes, I want to say what's up to my family, my sisters, my brother, my nieces, my nephews, my aunts, everyone. I sent the link. Hopefully they are able to hear, but I did send the link to the family.
And if they're not listening, I advise you to say you are. I'm just yeah, girl, I heard you. You know, I just want you to say you are. Once again, we welcome Betty, one of our featured authors. All you got to do is stop by our broadcast network site, GMAP1.com. And, of course, click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of not one, not two, but all three of her current publications. I'll be showing those to you shortly right here on the screen. But before I even get into that, I want you to, Betty, I want you to come on down. I want you to simply come on and step up to the plate. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Who is Betty Pinckney?
Yes, so my name is Betty Pinckney. I am a native of Philadelphia, PM. Married with 2 children. I am an author, a screenwriter, and a playwriter. And I am a beautiful young age of 54 years old.
Girl, you still a baby. Girl, you still a baby.
Yes.
Well, that's what you know what? That's what they tell me. And you know, when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
I used to hear somebody say I'm 54 years old, and I'd be like, dang.
Yes.
You old. But that's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true. You just getting started. All right. once again, welcome. And I got to ask you this. Now, I have 3 publications on our broadcast network site that represents your ability, your professionalism, your acceptance as a professional author. One of those publications being If Walls Could Talk, They Would Tell Secrets. I love that one. And the second one being Only You. Yeah, well, I guess that's going to have to speak for itself when you get to it. And Only You. Okay. All right. My Two Sons is the third publication that we have posted there, Betty. And I want you to break this thing down for us. First of all, what is your latest release? What is the latest publication that you have placed out there for the viewers around the world?
Well, actually, my latest release. So I'm the author of 6 books.
Mm-hmm.
So these were my first 3, and then the last 3 it's an adaptation actually from my stage play Brotherly Deception. So it's Brotherly Deception 1, 2, and 3. It's a trilogy. So those are my last 3 books. But prior to that, My Two Sons, out of the 3 that you have, will be the last one.
My Two Sons.
Yes.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about it. I mean, break this thing down about My Two Sons. What is it all about?
My Two Sons is basically a story about the unconditional love that a mother has for her son. So she has twins. They are fraternal twins, but the twins do not act alike. They are totally different. As the East is, as far as the East is from the West, that's their personalities. So one, good nature, he grows up to be somebody very prominent,
Mm-hmm.
society. The other kind of fall into the gang life. So one gives her a heart of sorrow, the other full of joy. But as the mother, she shows unconditional love for both. She doesn't love the one more because he has been good. She doesn't not love the one less because he kind of went into the life of the gang life.
Mm.
So it's basically showing how a mother loves their child or their children no matter what they go through. That unconditional love is there.
You
She
know,
loves them. She's going to be there for them. She's going to pray for them.
yeah.
She's going to wish them the best. So it's a good story. I give it out for Mother's Day, but it's a really good story because things kind of turn in the story, but you still see her remain the same. That love. And it's the love that she has for her sons that's what's going to bring both of them back to their rightful place as the rightful sons that she prayed about and that she wanted them to be.
You know,
It's the love that drew them.
have you have you been speaking to my mother?
No, I have not.
I just thought I'd ask. I'm just saying. Because, it seems like families that have more than one son, particularly, not children, but sons, more
Hmm.
than one son, no matter what, it seems like it's always that way.
Yeah.
You know, but both sons cannot just be good.
Hmm.
Or in reality, both sons, they just cannot be bad.
Right.
See,
Right.
so it's a strange scenario, but it's so true.
Hmm.
What drew you to that? I mean, why did you come up? Is that something you experienced? Is that something you witnessed? Is that something that was placed in your spirit, your mind, your heart? Why is it that you came up with that scenario for this publication?
It was placed in my spirit. So I began to think about the unconditional love that God has for us. No matter what, He has no conditions. He loves us in spite of.
Yeah.
So then as I started thinking about God, I started thinking about the mother.
Mm,
When you have a godly mother in your life,
yeah.
I believe that godly mothers represent God in your life. They are the first God that you can see and know. So a godly mother has the same unconditional love for her children. She's going to love her children no matter what.
Right, 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 right.
So that's how the idea came about. But it started with me thinking about meditating on the unconditional love that God has for his children.
Mm.
And
Eh,
me being a mother myself, I love my children. I have two. They
right,
got two
right.
boys, a son and a daughter. There's nothing that they could do that can take away that love.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's
And
how the idea came first. It always starts with an idea.
yeah, yeah.
And then once I start writing, the rest comes.
It's amazing because I I didn't even look at it from a godly point of view.
Hmm.
And if you look at it from that way, I'd have to say take half of the males on this earth and set them on one side, and half the males on this earth and set them on the other side. Now, nobody's perfect.
Right.
I always tell people the only time that you could consider yourself perfect is when you're first born.
Yes. Yes.
It's the only time. Because
Hmm.
once you elevate, even as a baby, babies that are not even walking yet tend to do things that they shouldn't be doing.
Yes.
It's a strange scenario. So
Hmm.
when you look at it from a godly point of view, that's very interesting. Now, if you look back over the process of this, I want to specifically say of this book. I heard you say that you have a more like a trilogy.
Hmm.
Also, and you have the other books. what's next? I mean, is there something that's coming behind this particular publication, My Two Sons? Is there something else that you're going to add to it? Is it a follow up or the beginning, the end, or what's the scenario with that?
Well, I'm strongly considering about writing the book to my TV series that I'm currently filming. I want to
TV.
put that in book form.
Girl, you
So
got a
that's what
lot
I'm
going on.
meditating first. So
You
I kind of meditate on it first. It kind of the idea comes to my mind for a while first, and then I start writing.
right,
So I'm really considering going in that avenue. It's already a screenplay,
right.
but I want to turn it into a book.
Girl, you got a lot going on.
Yes.
And I don't, you know what? If I start talking about some of the other stuff, we'll forget about the books. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that where it's at because I'm gonna guarantee our viewers and listeners around the world. And thank you, Roku. Thank you, Amazon Fire TV, for checking in and streaming this particular conversation live. So for those of you that have those avenues available to you, by all means, you can go check it out on the big screen, as they say. And of course, Betty, we're going to be inviting you back soon because we're going to want to get in detail about some of the other things that you're doing, screenplays, and so on. If I start talking about them now, then of course, who knows where that will go. And of course, if the viewers and listeners out there wanted to basically show their love, care, concern, and support for you today, and they wanted to purchase a copy of your plural books.
Mhm.
You see how I did that? Yeah,
Yes.
that was real cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was cool.
yeah. That's girl, you gotta laugh with me. Books plural. What's the process? I mean, how can your books be purchased for our viewers and listeners? What's the process for them to do so?
All of my books are on Amazon.com. So it's easy to purchase. They can just go on Amazon.com. If they type in the search my name, all of my books, all of my six books will come up. And
Spell
they
your
can
name.
purchase
Spell your name. Spell Pinky.
Pinckney. Yes, Pinckney.
Okay. Because a lot of people will leave out the C.
Yes.
So I'm just saying that's why I had to do that. A lot of people will leave out the C and go with Pinkney, and it's Pinc.
NCK.
Right,
And
right. All right.
yes.
So and of course, you disappointed me on that one a little bit because we do not want them to forget about little old GMAP broadcast network down here in the lower left hand corner. We're in small print. But they tell me that most of the time, small print is the most important print on the paper.
Yes. That's
So,
it.
if they want to go to gmap1.com, click on the featured authors tab, they'll see a copy of one of three of your publications there. They can click on that,
Sure can.
and it'll take them directly to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication, including how to purchase. Now, let's talk about you. I mean, if someone wanted to reach out to you on a more individual basis and, maybe talk to you about some of the other stuff that you're doing, what's that process? I mean, how can you be reached? What's the process to get in contact with you?
They can go to my website, www.bpplays.com. And they have all of my information there. And they can send me a message on there, and then I will follow up. But all of my information is there. My all of my pages are there. My Instagram, my Facebook, all of them are on there, and they can kind of reach out to me, DM me. I'll get
Mm,
back to them, or send me a message directly on my page.
yeah. Wow. You know,
Follow through.
I'm wondering why I went on my website today, and I'm wondering why I took all my social media avenues off. I'm just one, and I just did it. It was just something that I just out of the blue. I went to my website. I was doing some editing, and I took all the social media sites off. And I don't
You
know.
put them on.
I don't know why I did that. Can you help me out?
You put them back on
Okay.
because
Well.
that's how I connect with you,
Okay. Well.
and people want to see what you're doing.
I guess
So I
that.
get a lot of people because they go to my website, so they hit my connections, and that's how they pretty much see what I do. My
Okay.
YouTube is on there. All that is connected to my website.
Yeah.
So that's how they kind of could see my work as well.
Well, that's how I got your promos. My two sons and only you. By clicking that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you were saying something about the Only You because you played the trailer. Can I explain to you what that book is about?
Girl, please come on.
Because you were saying, I think you were saying it's really what did you say, dramatic? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you say
Dun, dun,
yeah,
like dun 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 dun. Like
yeah,
is it dramatization or dramatization? One of them words you use. You know how to use it. I don't.
yes.
Let's talk
And
about
it's,
it.
it's very dramatic,
Yeah.
but it's suspense. So Only You is a suspense. So that actually came to me. I wrote this actually under COVID, and
Ah.
you know how everyone was pretty much shut in, and then the social media, just like we just said. I just told everyone to go to my website. I just told everyone that my social medias are attached to my website. So this young lady in this story is a famous romance author. Okay, so she's famous. Everyone is on her website. She's a bestseller author. But what she doesn't know is there's someone who's out there. He's pretty much deranged. And his head, he's thinking that the romance stories that she writes about is about him and her.
Mm.
Yes.
Wow. You
So
know.
he finds her.
Mm.
And to him, it's only you. You are the only one for me because you wrote it in our romance stories.
Wow.
But he's deranged. So that's what the story. So it's a suspense thriller.
Well, I told you it's dun 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 dun. I'm gonna tell you. As I came up with that, I looked at the cover,
Hmm.
and a lot of people I don't know they pay attention to the young lady at the front cover,
Hmm.
but I paid attention to the shadow in the back.
Yes.
See, people, you gotta break some of this stuff down. Stop looking at it as it's just a paint. They
Right.
gotta break this thing down. I looked at the shadow in the back, and I said
Hmm.
that has to have something to do with only. And see, my scenario about it was completely different.
Hmm.
I mean, I thought they were in love or something, and all
No,
she, yeah,
yeah.
what
With
I'm
the
saying.
idea, though, he's in love with the idea of the character she created in her story.
And I thought
And he,
it was the exact opposite.
no, but because he's twisted mentally,
Okay.
he has already placed him and her as those characters.
Does he have a knife in his hand or something?
Yes.
See, girl, I can see. I didn't think I could see that, but it looks like in the background he's got something in his hand.
Hmm.
And I was saying to myself, how can this beautiful young lady be in love with somebody like that? I thought she was in love with him.
No.
Okay, you gonna stop laughing at me. So, but okay. So it's dun dun. Can I do the music? Dun dun
Go ahead.
dun. You know what I'm saying? That it sounds like it's such a like the edge of your seat biting your fingernails type thing. You
Well,
know.
that's what people tell me who have read it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they tell me that's how they feel throughout the whole. And it's not that big. It's not that big of a book,
Okay.
but I have had really good feedback from it. They say they couldn't put it down,
Right.
and it was like suspenseful. So but that's yeah, that's just like a
Now
suspense thriller.
let me ask you this: are you breaking some of these books down into stage plays slash anything like of that nature?
Right, Walls Could Talk. They Would Tell Secrets actually was a two-part play. That's where the book came from.
Oh, if walls could talk.
Yes, that came with only you and my two sons are not stage plays. But if Walls Could Talk, it was actually a two-part play. So
Oh,
I did the first part,
okay.
and the audience loved it so much. They were asking me for a part two. That wasn't even in my agenda.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about it. But you want to the audience asking for it. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So I
If
told
what
them, I
that
said, let
and
me
that
pray about it.
right,
And
right.
God gave me a part two. So that book came from a two-part play.
Uh, well, you need to do one for only you. I
Yeah,
mean, I know there's a lot of activity, but I know it's a lot of
I
action.
received it. I received that. That's something to think
Man,
about.
I mean, I would watch that on the big screen.
Yeah, that probably would do best. I'm thinking as a film, which I already
Girl, just do it.
started
Just you know
doing.
what the Nike guy came up with the best slogan in the world.
Mhm.
You know, he ought to trademark that and just run with it. He can be a gazillionaire off just that trademark words alone.
Yes.
You know, just do it. Only
This
you.
is
I mean, I've witnessed some movies on TV and my cable network and Roku and so on, and they don't even have the title and the drama like the drama. Come on, help me out, Betty. The
why did
dramatization, huh?
you can't? Why did you just say it's dramatic? How about that?
All right.
Oh, that's
The,
better.
well, yeah, I just want to be difficult, I guess. The
You
dra-
want to be deep.
yeah,
You want to be
the dramatic C. How's that?
dramatization.
Is that dramatization?
Yeah, dramatization. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that, but I just wanted to hear you say help me out. That's all. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you got that too. All
But
right.
I will say this: the screenplay is already done. I just didn't film it yet, but the screenplay is done. I did write the screenplay for it.
For only you?
Yes.
You
So it's already in. It's going to come. It's going to come. It's already in the making. Yeah, I did write the screenplay
like a
for it.
play, like a play,
No, so a screenplay is movie. A
a
stage
movie,
play is like a play. That would be better as a screenplay.
a screenplay is what you said.
Yeah, yeah. Because on film you can do so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be
Wow.
better.
I can't wait.
Yes.
You know what? I know you got a lot of good stuff, great stuff. I
Thank you.
want
I
to see that.
appreciate that.
I want to see that. I want to see that. I mean, it just got my attention just by hearing you explain to me what it was all about and looking at the cover, Only You, a short story. I'm excited. Betty Pinckney. Right here, she is one of our featured authors on the number one faith-based motivational inspirational broadcast network in the country, GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. One of our featured authors is here, Betty Pinckney. All you got to do is stop by our broadcast network site, GMAP1.com. Click on the tab that is titled Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of all three of her publications in that area. Click on one of those publications. It will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publications. That it's kind of like my disclaimer. You know.
Mhm.
So only you, and of course, if walls could talk, I mean, they would tell secrets, and
Yes.
I don't think no one in the world wants to hear their walls tell some of the stuff they've done.
No. No
Uh,
way.
if my walls could talk, I'm tearing them down.
Yeah. Oh,
If my walls could talk, they coming down,
yes, Lord.
and I'm moving.
Mhm.
So I don't want my walls to ever be able to tell my stuff.
Yeah, they will tell some secrets, definitely.
Oh, secrets is like an understatement.
Mhm.
And then when you say the word secrets, it's got to be like,
Yes.
secrets.
Yes.
So many S's behind there, you decide to only use one because once you start using more, you wouldn't be able to stop. So I know. All right. So moving right along, last but not least, of course, we do
Mhm.
want to make sure that we mention if walls could talk,
Yes.
they would tell secrets, and of course, my two sons. We're excited about that, and of course, only you want to make sure that the individuals go out, show their love, care, concern, and support. Pick up a copy and/or copies today. Make sure you do so, and then when you do so, be for sure to go back and leave a review. Leave
Yes. Review.
a review. Come on, say it
Yes.
with me, Betty. Say it with me, Betty. Leave
Leave a
a review.
review.
One more time. One more time.
Leave
Leave a
a
review.
review.
All right. So important.
Yes.
So important. I know Betty appreciate it. I appreciate it. Amazon, the individuals on the outside looking in, they want to know what you think also. I'm going to
Yes.
slide over before I let you go. I'm going to let you have your closing remarks and final thoughts here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Once again, thank you so much for simply being here. And I want to let you know something that
Mhm.
if there's anything that we can do to assist you while you're on this journey,
Yes.
I want you to pick up the phone. I want you to call me. I want you to text me. Don't chat. Don't tweet. Don't do none of that. Do. Let me hear your voice.
Okay.
Because your smile brightens up a room. So
Thank
if I
you.
hear your voice, then I know that it ain't gonna be nothing but sunshine. So let me
Oh,
hear your voice
yes.
and let me know what it is that we can do to assist you along the way. And I want you to know two things when you do that.
Mhm.
The answer will always be yes, and you'll never have to ask me twice.
I appreciate that.
All right?
Yes.
I'm going to slide over, let you have your final words and closing remarks here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. One of our featured authors, Betty Pinckney, is here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. I'm going to slide over, and I'm going to allow you to come on in and have your closing remarks and final words. I'm over. I'm out. Betty, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you again for allowing me to be a featured author. I just want to leave this with everyone. Please leave a review. I do read them. I have testimonials on my website. If anybody want to go on my website again, www.bpplays.com, of testimonials of how my plays and my books have been blessings to people and encourage people. If you read up about me, I do what I do because it is a God-given gift. I don't do it for fame. I don't do it for anything. I do it because I believe it is an assignment from God. So when people tell me that they are healed and they are set free and they have learned something, it just gives me the energy to keep on doing what God created me to do. So that's why I write books that I write. The topics a lot of times are hard to talk about, but I deal with deep, dark roots. But I always leave you with something from the word of God to let you know that you don't have to stay there. You don't have to be down always. You can be healed. You can be delivered. You can be set free, and you're not alone. So please leave a review. Thank you so much for listening and calling in. Well, I called in, but thank you for listening and going on the website. I really appreciate it. And once again, Pastor Kevin, thank you so much for this opportunity. And I will be calling you because I am going to take what you said and I'm going to use it because I think it is a blessing.
Amen.
And I'm not going to turn down a blessing.
Hey, you know what? I wouldn't. As a matter of fact, I'll open my door, look down my hall, and expect one.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I've learned not to overlook my blessings.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't receive them, God can take them away just as fast as He can give them.
Yes.
He won't take them from you,
Right.
but He allows you to make a choice and a decision in everything you do.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Yes,
you
you.
choose not to accept that blessing, that's on you, not Him. He allows you to make a choice, and all you
Yes.
got to do is receive it. Or all I can say is I'm not overlooking mine. If I see it, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna try to put it in a headlock because
Right.
I want my blessings and don't overlook them. Hey, I appreciate you, love you. I'm gonna be inviting you back. We got so much to do, so much to talk about. We got to get deep into the other scenarios and other situations and other things that you're doing. But right now, today, once again, ladies and gentlemen, one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Don't forget, go out, pick up your copy. If walls could talk, they would tell secrets. I don't want to know any of the things that my walls know. All right. So I'm just saying, only you. Uh,
Yes.
dun dun dun. I just had to do that. All right, and of course, pick up a copy of that as well. And don't forget my two sons. Those are the three publications that are on our broadcast network site at this time. GMAP1.com. Stop by, pick up your copies, show your love, care, concern, and support, leave a review, and all that good stuff. In the meantime, I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Thank you guys over at Roku. Thank you guys over at Amazon Fire TV. And thank you guys here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Appreciate you, Betty. Looking forward to hearing some fantabulous stuff from you again soon. Until next time, peace. God bless you. Take care. Take it easy. And, well, if it's good to you, take it twice. All right?
God bless you.
We'll see you soon. Take
Hey.
care. And, of course, I'll keep them posted on what's coming up because we'll have you back to talk more in detail about some of the other great things you're doing, okay?
Thank you so much.
God bless you, sister. We'll talk later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.